Hey, I'm in the M Streets this afternoon checking out a typical problem that Dallas homeowners run into as we transition out of summer into fall, deciding what they need to resod, what should they wait on, and making the right decision. So I'm going to walk through what we're seeing here and make our recommendations and go from there. So with that being said, this client here, they used to be a client a long time ago, like 5 years ago. Our client sold the house, new people moved in. They haven't been using this for service. These guys over here, where are we? There it is. They've been clients the whole time. So with that being said, the story is these people had an irrigation issue sometime maybe last fall. Irrigation didn't run at all until maybe end of June. So all this zoysia grass has really struggled. Lots of weeds have moved in. It looks bad, to be honest. He has ran it for the last month, so there has been some recovery. You can see these clumps all throughout here, which is good because if there is a clump, that means the zoysia grass can grow and spread laterally and recover. At that point, it becomes a patience game. In their case, they're going to be waiting probably middle of July next year-ish, realistically, for this to fully recover and turn into a nice uniform lawn. So in their case, it's like, well, do we want to resod it? Do we want to just wait? There's obviously the cost question in there. I would say what's important about it is knowing once you do make your decision, stick with it. This is the biggest issue. If they were to say, oh, let's let it grow in, just start treating it, we make our treatments, we make our preventative weed treatments. At that point, if they were to try to sod behind that, a month later, whenever it may be, those preventative weed treatments can actually damage their newly installed sod. So it is something too, whereas even if they said, okay, let's put in the new sod, well, now you start having weeds come up in that sod and you can't treat it to prevent weeds or control the weeds that are growing. So it is something where if you do have a situation where you are transitioning seasons, deciding to lay down new sod, it's extremely important to make sure you're on the same page with your landscaper, your lawn treatment company, whoever it may be, to make sure that the proper treatments are being made for considerations of if it's new sod or if it's going to be sodded. Like I said, I come across this a lot where somebody may invest, $2,000 to $3,000 depending on what's done here, and then the wrong treatment's made by a company or their mow and blow guy, and they think they're doing right, and then it's a well, crud, we just basically lit our money on fire, lit our investment on fire. If we would have just made sure we were all on the same page and possibly even hired a professional company to make sure they know what they're doing. So either way, this is the situation here in the M Streets. We'll see what they come back with, and we'll keep you in the loop, and hopefully we can get this thing looking good. But yeah, that's a super common issue that we come across in Dallas as we transition into fall.